you're no longer
Really.
here to tell your story, how is your story going to be told? And I mean, that I instantly just go to like, yeah, this is why we journal. This is why if you have a story you want to share, you publish that memoir. Like this is your legacy you're leaving behind when you're no longer
Really.
here to tell your story. How is your story going to be told? Luckily, some people in history have you to tell their story.
Yes. And I think about that all the time. Like, how do we know what happened in the past with common people? And the answer is often newspapers. So if you make the news, amazing. But a lot of people back then made the news in scary or bad ways. Religious books, so like those family Bibles are so important, right?
Mhm.
And I love looking back at those from my own family. But one of the other big things that I was just thinking about lately was oral history and how, we hear these stories from our grandparents and our mothers, and they hear them from their mothers and their grandparents, and that line goes on and on and on. But who's going to remember to write that down? Who's going to
Mhm.
think, this is a story my grandpa used to tell me all the time that happened to him and now he's gone? Will you tell your child about that? And then how will it get distorted over time? So the memoir, the journal, the photographs, the daily documentation of basic things, I think is so important.